One of the craziest parts about this case is the fact that he did this in broad daylight and nobody saw anything. This is one of those cases that just shows you how unfair life can really be. A 24-year-old teacher from Massachusetts who lived for two things: her family and changing students' lives. Her life was tragically taken from her in one of the most horrific school-based murders in recent history. Buckle up, because this is absolutely insane. Disclaimer, this video does include topics that are sensitive and graphic, so if you feel like that's something that might affect you, please keep scrolling. It's okay. I definitely understand. This is a story of Colleen Ritzer. She was born on May 13th, 1989 in Lawrence, Massachusetts, to her parents, Tom and Peggy. As a young girl, Colleen grew up in Andover, Mass. with her parents and her two younger siblings, Dan and Lauren. But even at a young age, Colleen always knew that she wanted to help other people. She also knew that she wanted to be a teacher. When Colleen was younger, she would even line up her dolls and teach them after watching her preschool teacher at school all day. That's how early that Colleen knew her calling. One of Colleen's favorite quotes, something that she lived by, and I really like this quote as well too, was, "Every day might not be good, but there is good in every day." That just describes how Colleen was as a person. That was her entire vibe. Just being a warm, positive, and nurturing human being. Colleen graduated from Assumption College in Worcester, Mass. in 2011 with her degree in mathematics and secondary education. Shortly thereafter, she began teaching geometry and algebra in 2012 at Danvers High School. Colleen would describe this to be her dream job. She absolutely loved it. Colleen's students that she had loved her, and I mean absolutely adored her. I mean, that's what she was meant to do, be a teacher, and she was an amazing one at that. And Colleen loved her students. She seems like the type of teacher I would want to have. Colleen would stay after class to help her students with extra work. She would listen to them and truly take the shirt off of her back for any one of her students. And being outside of school, Colleen was honestly just a family girl. She lived with her parents. She had great communication with them. She absolutely loved them, and as well as her younger siblings that she had, Dan and Laura too. She absolutely loved them, loved spending quality time with them. Colleen was so family oriented, and family was one of the biggest parts of Colleen's life. On October 22nd, 2013, it was a Tuesday, Colleen spent her morning just like any other morning. She got up, got ready to go to work, was teaching. It was just another Tuesday. Colleen was also a very routine-based person. Her students said on that day she was just laughing, smiling, and doing what she absolutely loved, being a teacher. That afternoon, one of Colleen's students, Philip Chisholm, was asked to stay after school for a little bit of extra help. At this time, Philip Chisholm was a 14-year-old boy. He had just moved from Tennessee to Massachusetts with his family. Philip was described to be someone who was quiet, would keep to himself, but didn't outwardly scream danger. On that day at 2:54 p.m., surveillance footage shows Colleen leave her classroom and walk towards the second floor women's bathroom. Moments later, Philip would follow her into the same bathroom. He had his hoodie up and his head down and would commit an absolutely unthinkable crime. By that evening, Colleen wouldn't return home. She wasn't answering calls or texts. She was someone that was very routine-based. She had a close and open relationship with her parents, and she would have absolutely communicated if she was not going to be home in time. By nightfall, there was still no word from Colleen, so that's when Tom and Peggy would go ahead and call local police to report Colleen as missing. But at the same time, Philip's mom would also call police to report him missing when he also did not return home that evening. But police would treat them as two separate events at first. The next few hours were absolutely chaotic. Police would note that Colleen's car was still at Danvers High School, but her personal items would be missing from her classroom. The school starts a full search and pulls all security footage. So then, early after midnight, somewhere between 12:10 and 12:30, police get a report from somebody about a teenage boy walking on the side of the road on Route 1 in Topsfield. So police go, they stalk the unidentified boy, and it's Philip. Police notice that Philip had a backpack with him, so they start asking him some questions. One of the responding officers, Officer Hovey, had asked Philip, "What's in your backpack?" And he would respond, "Survival gear." Police are feeling a little bit suspicious at this time. They felt like something was off. Philip was an underage boy walking on the side of the road close to 1 in the morning. He was answering the questions pretty weirdly, so police would go ahead and search Philip's backpack, and that's when they were absolutely stunned. Police go ahead and search his backpack, and that's when they had realized that Philip was in possession of Colleen's driver's license, her insurance card, her credit card, and he also had a box cutter that was covered in blood. And that's when the case had changed from a missing person to a murder investigation. The police asked Philip why he was in possession of Colleen's items, and he said that he found them at Stop and Shop. They then asked whose blood is on the knife, and all Philip said was the girl. Between Philip's behavior and the items found, that's when police had linked the blatantly obvious connection between the two missing persons. It's been revealed that Philip did follow Colleen into the bathroom, and he committed one of the most disturbing acts that I have personally ever heard of. Philip would attack Colleen. He strangled her. He raped her. And then he stabbed her 16 times with a box cutter that was found in his possession. The part that's still really hard to process is the fact that Philip would then go get a green recycling bin, put Colleen's body into the bin, leave the restroom, roll it down the hallway, out of the school and behind the school into the woods. Colleen's body would be found the next morning. She was found partially undressed, covered in leaves, and had a handwritten note near her body that stated, "I hate you all." At the trial, the prosecution argued that the crime was premeditated and calculated. It was on December 15th, 2015. Philip Chisholm would be convicted of first-degree murder, aggravated rape, and armed robbery. He will be eligible for parole after 40 years. Colleen's life may have been short at only 24 years old, but the impact that she had on the people around her at that time was so powerful. After her death, her friends and former students would create the Colleen E. Ritzer Memorial Fund to honor her memory. They gave scholarships to teaching students and had programs that promoted happiness, passion, and kindness. Colleen was a loving daughter, sister, teacher who put her all into everything that she did. She was so loved. October 22nd is now known as Colleen Ritzer Day, a day in honor of Colleen to remind people to do something good. Colleen seemed like such a good person, and it's amazing how her family had turned something tragic into something really good, and that's inspiring. Stay kind, y'all.